Seriously. I'm not sure if I'm live. I may be. Oh wait, I am live. It says 25 seconds. But let me make it come up on my tablet. Alright. Alright, hey everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. I've been having a really busy day, but a good day still so far. So I'm going to be up-potting my tomatoes that I dropped a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. But first I wanted to update about the brassicas that So here are the brassicas that I had dropped the seeds the other day. So I put them in the patio door and I put the humidifying dome on them. And here are the tomatoes that I had in my patio door. Also, I dropped the seeds I think a month ago. And everything's doing well, except for the ground cherries still haven't come up. And I only have one tomatillo, but everything else is looking okay. And I'm going to be up-potting them because I'm going to put them in, well, I haven't made space for them. So this is the back part of my backyard. The very back corner where I put my goji berries. And the morning glory has just completely taken over that back area. So you can't even see the bed that I have back there. I think it's about 5 or 6 feet long and about 2 feet wide. It's like an oval shaped bed. But anyway, I had to clean all this out, and I think I can put at least 4 tomato plants back there, maybe more. We'll see. Hey, G Mama Grows. Good to see you. Let me see if I can add the comment. Okay, there it is. Good to see you. Alright, now let me go to... I've been playing around with this thing. I was going to do this last night, but... Alright, so I have this view. I have this clock up... Wait. This way. I have this clock as a countdown to help me kind of keep me on track, because I'm doing this during my lunch break. So anyway, these are my tomato plants that I want to up-pot, and I'll just do as many as I can. And there are 16 cells here, but there aren't 16 plants, because like I said, the ground cherry never came up. Oh, wait a minute. So there's the camera. So yeah, these are the ground cherries. They never came up. And then the tomatillo, both of the tomatillos came up, but this one doesn't have any leaves. I think that's the seed husk on the tip of it, but it still hasn't come off. So I'm gonna have to drop some more of these tomatillos, because I think you need at least 2 of those to cross-pollinate. So I'm gonna have to drop some of those. Whenever I drop some more seeds, which I'm gonna be dropping more seeds, I'm gonna be putting them in these trays after I up-pot these. So I'm gonna have enough space. I have 2 more of these, so I have a total of 32 plants that I could drop. Oh, you say you need to learn how to operate the live stream? Thanks, G Mama Grows. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go back to this other window. So this, because I forgot to show you all. I'm going to put them in these cups. I think these are 16 ounces, and I have these holes at the bottom. I use a soldering iron to put the holes in the bottom of all of them. I'm going to put them in an opaque cup. So I'm using yellow. And these don't have holes. And these are just so that, because with the clear cup, algae can grow inside of them, especially if you have moist soil. So that kind of protects it from that. But also it creates a little reservoir. since these don't reach down to the bottom. So it's like a gap in there. So the plants won't sit in water, and which could result in root rot. Alright, let me go back to the other camera. Alrighty, let's see. Oh wait, I forgot to do... subscribers only. Even though there aren't any. I see 4 people now. But anyway, we don't, so far no what do you call those people? Trolls. Alright. So I'm just gonna start with this one. I'm gonna start with these over here since they're leaning. So they need to get out ASAP. Let me move back. This thing won't move. I can't see my mouse. Alright, I found it. I think it's too green up here. Anyway, I'm gonna stop doing that before I waste all my time. So I'm gonna uppot these for sure over the next, I got 33 minutes. So, start by, oh, and this, as for the soil, I think it was Growing with Hudson asked about when I was planting the brassicas the other night, if I pre-moistened the soil. I do pre-moisten the soil. I poured scalding hot water on the soil, but I did that last night. I have another bin over here. What the heck? What is this? Why is this moving? I don't know why this camera is moving. Sorry, y'all. I must have did something that made it think it should follow my hand. I don't know. But I didn't tell it to do that. I don't even know how to do that. Maybe that's a default setting. That is annoying. How do I make that stop? Sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can make it stop moving around. I don't know how. Well, somehow it stopped on its own. So I'm just filling up. Are you kidding me? I'm just filling up the soil. And I'm going to take one of the plants and just mush it out. I'll do the one that's... I just squeezed the bottom to get it out. I didn't water these today intentionally so that they would be drier, so easier to get out. Another reason to go ahead and uppot these, this is already almost a root mound. So if I go ahead and uppot these, they'll keep growing. You know, when you leave them in a small space, it'll stunts the growth, or it can stunt the growth. So that's a reason to uppot them as well. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm supposed to be planting these deep. I'm going to actually go above the first leaves, which are these leaves at the bottom down here. So let me pour some soil out. I only need a little in there. So then I'll take off this bottom leaf. This is gonna drive me crazy. I don't know why this camera is moving. Like, stop, dude. Like, how is it even doing that? It's like doing... Anyway, I'll shut up. And keep going. Making a huge mess on my desk. I definitely want to switch to doing this outside, because I don't like making this mess. Well, this is why I took it out the dining room. I was doing things on the dining room table. Even though I had a cover on the dining room table, I didn't want to be having dirt on the table people eat on, so I stopped doing it there. You know, people already look at you sideways when they see you have an animal in your house. Just being honest. They questioning your cleanliness. Like, dude, anyway. I do understand people when I kind of feel the same when I see a cat. The cats can climb up on things. But, you know, as long as the person's house isn't stinky, I mean, if they can control the scent, then they are doing a good job so far as hygiene, most likely. But, you know, you say grace before you eat anything anyway, so just make sure you say some extra prayers sometime, somewhere. Especially, you know, potlucks for lunch. You always say some extra prayers then. Alright, so that's one done. And I probably should have put it a little bit deeper than this. I'll try to put it in this window or this camera. But anyway, you can see what I'm talking about because it's kind of wobbly, but it's still more stable than it was, like compared to this, which is completely leaning over. And when I up pot it, it'll at least be standing up. I didn't plan for where I would put these until I moved them back into the patio. They're going to go right back into the patio door. Eventually, when I do my greenhouse, which is the lean greenhouse I want to put outside of my patio door, in my dining room area, living dining room, I'll put them in there, especially during the winter. So this one is not quite as root bound as the other one. I don't think the other one's root bound either, but it was a lot of roots. Definitely was time to get to a larger container until I get it in the ground. So I got this one pretty deep, and I'll just put the soil up as high as I can get it. And then this one will stand upright because of that. Alright, and I'll push it in here. I have 27 minutes. That's not too bad. I'm not going to finish all of them, I'm sure. But I'll get something done. And I feel like this makes me a little bit more productive because I have been dragging my feet on a lot of things. I meant to do so many of these things so long ago, weeks ago. But of course, it's better late than never. But, you know, when I'm saving everything for in the evening, you know, the evenings get busy, especially in the summer because, like, I can't wash clothes or anything until nighttime. You know, I don't cook until nighttime. And then I also was watering at night. Oh, Lord. Okay, I only have one label, so both of the ones that I just did are banana legs. I only have one label since I just labeled the row that they were in. So I'll have to add another label or write on the cup. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I constantly lose track of what I've grown. Although these are obvious when these grow really quickly. And they're bright yellow. And they're oblong shape. So I'll know exactly what these are. But it's a good practice to just label everything. Alright, so I'm going to label this next row are the Ananas Noir. It's French. I don't know. I took French in high school, but I mean, I passed it, but I didn't learn anything. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's something black, and I think this is the tomato that it was either this or the Paul Robinson that I ate with my burgers, and I like them. They're whichever it is. We'll find out this next go, since I'm going to keep better track. Alright, so I'm just putting a little soil. Actually, I'm going to put all of this, including this leaf, because this becomes, you know, worm food, which becomes plant food. You know, when the worms poop it out. Yeah, people pay a lot of money for worm castings. And I have too. I actually have a bag of worm castings somewhere outside that I've never used. And they're not cheap either, but all you need to do is compost in place and the worms will come into wherever you put that in. Anyway, so this one has the leaves. These are the first leaves that come out, so they're not true leaves. Seriously. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm going to take those leaves off and just put them in the bottom and stuff that down, and I'm going to just bury it as much to the top as I, well, maybe I almost want to get it in there lower. Although this one was standing up, I think. But I still want to get it, because all of the part that you bury turns into roots. And when I put them outside, I'll bury them just a little bit deeper. So the more roots, the stronger the plant, I think. I don't know if that's actually true, but it makes sense to me. Alright, so that's another one. A little bitty tiny tree. Yeah, I wish I would have got this one a little deeper. I'm going to put some more soil. And just get the soil to the very top. Oh, you haven't seen the banana tomatoes? Gee, Mama, I'm surprised. Alright, let me put this in a cup and put it over here. And that's the, well, I need to label the cup. I'll have to write that on the next one. I don't know how to spell that. Alright, so here's the last one for that one. And it looks good too. So most of these look really good. So I'm just going to put a little soil in the bottom. I'm going to figure out this camera thing before the next time I try this. Although I do like this. It means I don't have to edit the video. And I can still just share what I'm doing in the garden. Alright, so squeezing the bottom just to make it come loose, although I can't. It's dry, pretty dry. I mean, not parched, but it's pretty dry. And it has good roots in there. So stick it in there. And then just fill in around it. Like, this would be okay if this thing would at least go to the right place. Like, why is it moving? I'm stuffing this down a little bit. I don't want it to be compact, but I don't want it to, you know, the soil to sink 3 inches when I water it either. So it's a very messy little, messy doing this, but it's fun. You get to play in dirt. I love playing in dirt as a kid anyway. That's what we used to do most of the time. Of course, I grew up long before the internet. That's when we had to be actually creative. Not that the kids aren't creative now, but we had a lot. They had, you know, anyway. Let's see. I was going to say something, but anyway, just put it in here. I'm getting fuzzy brained. Sorry. I'm not usually doing anything during this time. Oh, I know what I forgot. To label. That's what I was thinking of doing. To keep track of these, because again, like I said, I'm not sure if that tomato, you know, which tomato it was, and I want to be sure. Alright, so I labeled this one. I'll put the label in the other one. And I will water these. I will water these when I put them in the living room. All right, I'm just gonna nest these inside of each other. I have 19 minutes, and that's just 19 minutes until 12:50. So I logged back in at 1 o'clock. But I want to have time. Oh, hey, Drill. Good to see you. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Like, I know I didn't do well the other time. All right. So let me fill this up again. Just putting a little soil on the bottom. And then there's a way to fix this, I'm sure. I'll figure it out. All right, so here are these plants. Like, dude, pan out. Trying to show what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm gonna take one of these out. And this is the Paul Robinsons. So, see what the roots look like. Oh yeah, they're a good root system in there. Definitely ready to go in a larger space before it starts the growth being stunted. Because a plant will start producing fruit if it thinks it needs to. And they go into like survival mode, it seems like. They're just trying to produce a fruit before their life is over. Now these should last until at least the first frost. They may last through more than one, because we normally will get a cold day, but then the next day it'll be in the 80s. It's when you get those cold days, like several in a row, that's usually what kills my stuff. Unless it's just really cold that one night, that might take it out in one day. All right, so that's the Paul Robinson. And I have 2 of each of these. Now I intentionally put one seed in each of the cells. The only thing with editing is that I can fast forward through this stuff, like have it like time lapsed. But this way, yeah, I shouldn't have put this in there. It makes it extra work to get it out. Uh-oh. These other ones are my blueberry tomatoes. All right, that's the root ball. Oh wait, I'm gonna pour some out since it's kind of tall. Pour it all out. I'm gonna do that. I just put a little tiny bit in there because I wanted to go lower than these leaves so I could bury those leaves. All right, so have y'all started y'all's fall garden? And if you have, what are you growing? So I could put it on the screen. Oh, you said the Paul Robinsons are very meaty? Yeah, I like that they don't, I prefer those kind of tomatoes. I don't like the ones that are mostly water. They don't have much taste usually either then. So what I'm going to be planting soon, either tonight or at some point, because it's going to be a long weekend this weekend with the holiday coming. I'm going to be planting herbs. So that's what I want to do next. I'll probably do another live. Because this is easier. Alright, so just labeling it Paul Robinson. I ran out of places to put these things. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I have 14 minutes left before 12:50. So I'll at least do those two. So these are the blueberry tomatoes. They're small cherry type tomato and they have a dark purplish bluish color. Right. Whoops, these plants are smaller, much smaller than the other ones. The soil is a little bit wetter, so it's crumbling, making more of a mess. That's okay. Still bury it pretty deep, which is easy since it's so tiny. Oh, hey Shawnee. Good to see you. Have you started your fall garden? Or what are you looking forward to growing for the fall? Alright, let me clean up some of this mess. Get some of this in this cup. I'll go ahead and label this one. My marker is drying out. Probably all this soil getting on it. Let me. Alright, so I labeled that one. And that way I could just put this label in the other one. It's 11:16. Alright, so this last one, taking it out, is smaller, so it wasn't drinking as much water. I guess that's why the soil is a lot more moist in these two. But they still have good roots in there. And I'll do the same thing. And then just adding the label. Alright. Still have time. So I have this other tray. This one is leaning big time, so I'm going to definitely go ahead and get it into another container. Put these there. And I am intentionally putting these are the leaves that have dropped off. These are the first leaves that come out, so they're not true leaves. They just feed. Oh dang, that's a huge chunk. Make sure I leave that out. Alright, so just put a little in there. And then getting, oh well, I could have put less in there because this one's kind of tall. But I want something on the bottom. Oh, this is the beefsteak. That's this huge one. Both of these are the beefsteaks. Anyway, let me go ahead and get the one that's leaning over out. Trying to get it beneath these leaves. They're gonna fall off anyway. I'm surprised there's enough sole. I have forgotten. I couldn't think if it was enough. I do have another container with some sole nearby though, but I just put hot water in it, so it's probably not cooled down though by now. Oh, hey, Growing with Hudson. How are you? All right, this is the, beefsteak. Almost forgot. All right, let me write on here what this is. I run out of places to put things. Oh wait, this is the beefsteak? Oh no, this is the Cherokee purple. One of these didn't, it's looking kind of, it's like it got trapped in a seed husk too. But at least it grew, unlike the tomatillo. So anyway, I only have 3 of these cups left in here. Dude, go up. I think waving at it makes it go up. But who knows? Alright, I put a little salt in the cup. This is the other beefsteak. It's coming out pretty easy. I'll take off these little leaves. And I'm just leaving them in there. They'll eventually be warm food, which turns into fertilizer, or warm castings. All right, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I feel like I didn't put enough sole in most of these. It's gonna go down when I water them. But the sole is still moist, so I don't have to water them much today. Alright, so I have, these are the Cherokee purple. So I'm going to go ahead and up-hot those. I think I have time. And I only have 2 cups left, so that'll be enough. Take out this piece of stuff. Now these large pieces of wood, they will biodegrade in a raised bed or large container. I just don't want them in these little cups. Alright, again, this is the Cherokee. What is it called? Cherokee purple. I always call it Cherokee rose. And we'll take off the bottom leaves. And bury to just above that point. Alright, so, if the soil does drop really low when I water them, it's easy just to add more soil. It's not a big deal. I don't have them very high in here. You want to leave enough space to water on the top. So let's see, this is the Cherokee Rose. Or purple, Cherokee Purple. Alright, I hope everybody's off for get an extra day off this weekend. I think most people do. It's Labor Day weekend. But, you know, there's always somebody who's having to work on the holiday. I can put more in here since this plant is so tiny. And that just gives it more space to grow. And I just thought about, I should have shown you all the little hairs on the thing, but I've shown that before, but you can sit on this one. So all those little hairs turn into roots, and this plant has a little seed husk right there in the middle. I don't know, it's like trapping the leaves. Maybe I can knock that off. So that's what it was on there. So hopefully it'll grow better now that I took that off. I don't know. I'll take this out. I mean, it has roots. It's not doing as well as the other stuff. But I think it'll survive as long as, you know, most plants will, I mean, especially tomatoes, they'll survive almost anything. The tomatoes are like a weed. They'll take over anything you put them in, or like their roots will. They'll like suck up all the. But anyway, this year I learned that so will cucumbers. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna make. I mean, I don't know. This is like a very weird looking plant, like a struggle plant. Almost, I don't know, it's not GMO. Although there was some tomato that was GMO, I forgot which one it was. But it is a purple tomato. This is called Cherokee Purple though, but it's not this one. This is an old seed pack, I think. Anyway. It's 1 minute, 38 seconds. Where is my label? Right, so I got all these set up. And all this dust on my hand. All right, let me see if I missed anybody. I don't think I did this time. All right, I appreciate y'all coming by, and thanks for watching, y'all. Let me see if I can make this work.